Hey guys, Shep here. Welcome back to another movie review. This week we're going to be reviewing XXX Return of Xander Cage. As the title implies, this is the return of Xander Cage and Vin Diesel to the franchise. The plot is pretty simple plot, I guess, for a XXX movie. You know, they don't really go too far into details with those plots. Bad guys steal this super secret tech device that the NSA wants back, and for some reason the U.S. military, special forces, CIA, NSA has no one but the XXX program to get this back. They're the only ones that can do it. But not any of the XXX in the program. Supposedly the program's been running since Xander Cage's day and age, but the original has to do it. Xander Cage. Now the person now running NSA is Toni Collette's character, and I wish I could say she was a good character, but she was so deadpan. I mean, it was like she was just getting paid to be here. She didn't really care, didn't seem to put any thought or effort into this character. Which, doesn't surprise me because in this movie, character development is zilch. There is no character development. There's no arc for Xander except for look good, get the girl, save the world, whatever Samuel L. Jackson says. And that's pretty much it. Xander Cage comes back. They don't really even tell you how he stayed alive. They gloss that over within like 10 minutes of this movie. Like, oh, I always knew you were alive. Give us a little backstory. In XXX State of the Union, it was told that he was dead. He didn't come. He wasn't alive. That's the whole reason why we went in a whole different direction. So if they could have given us at least like a couple of lines of saying, hey, I saw these guys coming, I hid, and I stayed hidden, and so that way I could have a life. But it wasn't even that. In the beginning of the movie, everybody in the town knows him. He's not hiding. He's not changed his name at all. It's Xander Cage. Everybody knows it. So it's kind of funny trying, that he's supposedly stayed hidden for all these years. No one could find him except for when they want him. So the NSA brings Xander Cage on board. They try to stick him with these special forces goons. Of course, Xander Cage is not having any of that. Again, since this movie doesn't deal with any character development, all you get is these stereotype kind of special forces dudes, clean shaven, high and tight, won't break the rules, can't do anything outside the line, and of course he gets rid of them. There's nothing Xander Cage is not having this. So he brings on his own team, which is fine and dandy, but again, his own team doesn't get any development. Really only one person in his team has any special skills to help him out in this, and that's the girl that's the sniper in the trailers that you see. The other one is a DJ, the other one is a driver, but you really don't get that he has so many special driving skills. So that's his stuff. Now on the flip side, you get the team that Xander Cage is going after, the one led by Donnie Yen. And boy, is this a difference. In December, we got Donnie Yen in Star Wars Rogue One. Now we're getting Donnie Yen as, the bad guy in, XXX movie. Now I have to say that by far, Donnie Yen's character, again, no character development, but his action scenes are probably the best action scenes you'll ever see. If nothing else this movie has is go see it for Donnie Yen's action scenes. Now, one thing that surprised me, and I had to look this up again, is the other character in there in Donnie Yen's team is Tony Jaa. And they don't use him to his full potential. It's like the yin and yang for Donnie Yen and Tony Jaa. Donnie Yen, they use really well. Tony, not so well. It would have been great to see more of his fighting style in this movie. And then let's get to... They bring in Nina Dobrev from, I guess, Vampire Diaries. She plays the nerdy tech guy like Q from James Bond. Not really needed. She's, again, one-dimensional. She's the IT tech person, but she's also got this kinky wild side that gets mentioned. She has some good scenes. I won't say she's totally worthless in this movie. She does have some good scenes. But that's about it. She's the tech person. She's there to help them get their guns, get their or the armor, um, hack the, find out where the bad guys are at, and that's her main role. Overall, this movie is cut and dry. It's not great. It's one of those movies where you go in, you're not expecting great plot, you're not expecting good character development. You're going in there just for the action. It's, and do they deliver on the action? I'm going to give you about 50%. The stuff with Donnie Yen, phenomenal. I wish you could watch that on a loop any day. His martial arts skill is just off the chain. Then they get into the Hollywood tropes. Oh, I'm going to walk down this wide open warehouse, bad guys all around me, shooting bullets at me. None of them will hit me, but I'm blowing every one of them away. And so that kind of takes you out of the cinema. There's the reality is blown. So yes, there are some great action scenes, but then on the other side there isn't any action. There's some bad action scenes. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this movie is kind of a hot mess. It's a January movie. We're not really expecting much. There's not a lot out there unless you're going for the Oscar movies, because they're out there in the floods, trying to get their nominations. So if you're thinking about going to see XXX, The Return of Xander Cage, I'm giving it I want to give it 3 stars, but I can't. I'm going to give it 2 stars. It's just, there's really no redeeming qualities on this movie. Except for Donnie Yen. If I could see a movie about Donnie Yen and his team that he had, that'd be a whole different movie, and it would probably be 100 times better. But the movie right now is about 2 stars, and I'd say wait for it to come out on TV. But again, that's just my opinion, and that's it. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought so we can talk about it, what you thought was good, what you thought was bad. If you haven't seen the movie, how did you like my review? Comment below, hit the like button, share it if you want. And I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.